want to talk about here, Hat? I'm ready.
Welcome back to the Trip and Make It Nice show. Today we got something special. We got a bonus episode. I will be interviewing my friend Joe Montaperto. I will try to have links everywhere that I stream. He is a former stand-up comic in the 1980s, performing with the likes of Jon Stewart and John Leguizamo, amongst others. He is an acclaimed author of 3 memoirs available on Amazon. Again, I'll put in those links. The guy even headed out and lived in the Ecuadorian Amazon jungle, where he ended up staying and living for about 2 years. Avid world traveler and a spiritual seeker. Joe's my friend for many years. Very interesting guy. Give it up for Joe. All right, folks, we got Joe Montaperto. This is my good friend here from catering. He's going to join us today on the podcast. Today is October 20th, 2021. So what's up, Joe?
Hat, how you doing, Hat? I call him Hat because he wears a hat, and he must wear the hat whenever we meet. So that's why I call him Hat.
It's one of these, what is that, a fedora style? What kind of hat is that?
It's kind of like a fedora style.
Like a mafia, like a old-timers hat.
Yeah, like Frank Vincent would wear it.
He calls me, also, that's another nickname you have for me, Frank Vincent.
I used to call him FVG, Frank Vincent Gardenia.
That's right. That's right, and now it's just a hat.
Now because he doesn't look, now he has a beard and long hair, so I can't really call him, Frank Vincent, or I can't call him FVG. He doesn't have the same look.
Well, when I picked you up today, I was wearing the hat for you.
The hat was there,
right?
thank God.
I was wearing the hat for you.
Thank God. And tell him how oh, no, never mind about that, Hat. We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, this is a family show.
This is a family. This is
a family
This has
show.
to be printed. This has to be family friendly here.
These are for like my fellow domesticated
house cat.
Correct. That's another name he's got for me, a domesticated house cat.
Oh, because I'm going to start working starting Monday. I'm going to be working like a motherfucker. I'm going to work all through the holidays until try to get a New Year's Eve gig, Hat.
And guess what, Joe? That all sounds very domesticated.
Oh, I have to have some kind of domestication.
Well, and I rest my case.
Well, I always had some form of domestication, Hat.
There you go.
I would always work the catering jobs. I would work the 2 seasons pretty much avidly. Then I would just take off from there.
How the tables have turned, Joe. Okay.
What do you mean? They never needed to be overturned. That was always the case.
They're foldable tables, like in catering. Right?
Yeah, I always got to make some money. I just was lucky because the government, but I was living off that, and I just decided to take advantage of it. That was all. Where other people were very scared. Not saying, I'm talking about other catering people. They were like, oh, and they didn't go anywhere. They just tried to keep catering from day on, which you could do. But I said, this is a great opportunity to check off things on the bucket list.
Tell our listeners now what makes you not domesticated. Like, why?
Oh, do you really want to hear about my lifestyle, listeners? My lifestyle? That's because should we tell them, Hat?
Me like a short.
Okay, here's my schedule.
Yeah.
Here's my schedule right now because it's sunny. There's 2 different schedules. There's the sunny schedule, and then there's the non-sunny schedule. Okay. The only thing they both have in common is both days I wake up at 11:45. Usually no later than 12, no earlier than 11. That's the rock bottom right there.
Well, just to interrupt you for a second,
yeah.
Me and Joe got into it a couple days ago because exactly that. I'm trying to get a hold of Joe. The guy doesn't even have the phone on until 12:30, 1 o'clock, like he's saying, whenever he wakes up.
Well, I wake up and then I do an hour of meditation.
Yeah.
And I don't put the phone on till after that because the phone, all these annoying things will go on, and I can't have it interrupt my meditation.
It's just full of disturbances. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
So with the sun, if it's sunny, I'll immediately go to the park because when I wake up, I don't even do anything. I just just get up. Since I'm bald, since my head is shaved, I don't have to worry about hair.
Yeah.
I just go right over to the park. I sit in the gazebo. The first thing I do is I meditate for an hour straight on the gazebo.
Well, that's amazing because I've tried to meditate. You know, we've had this conversation before, and I have done it, but you know, not consistently, obviously. And I only done it for 5 minutes at a time.
You got it. I've been doing it for an hour for 30 years now, Hat.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, I say that in like the most like respectful and like impressed way I can say it, because like
thanks, Hat,
it's not easy to do. You know, even just to make the time to do it, and then to actually have the ability to just sit there, and you know, and then be in that state. You know, it's very impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you, Hat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I used the Holosync CDs, Hat, which I still use. I'm going to show you something here, Hat. You can express your surprise to the listeners.
You got it with you?
Yeah. Look at this, Hat, because I'm going to use it later, because I didn't meditate today because I had to get up early to meet Hat.
See me.
So it threw my whole schedule off kilter. I had to get up at 8 o'clock, an ungodly hour, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Now that we got the mic on, like Joe was saying, the sun is out. It's a beautiful day.
Oh yeah, I would have been in the park.
We're actually in the park right now recording this.
In Queens.
Soaking up the rays, you know, getting my vitamin D for the day. I love it. I feel great myself.
Look at this, Hat. When was the last time you saw something like that?
Joe just handed over a CD Walkman, okay?
A Sony CD Walkman.
By the Sony Corporation, all right? And
no, you got okay.
Phenomenal. Flowering level 3. Flowering almost sounds like
I'm on the left.
It almost sounds like your vagina's opening up. Your flowering level 3 Holosync Classic. Okay, very nice.
That's
custom recorded.
Yes.
Joseph Montaperto.
Hat, you know how many levels? This is the next to last level. I'm on the last disc of the next to last level.
Wow.
I've been using this for 18 and a half years, Hat.
You're almost at the master level.
I'm almost at the next level is the absolute master level.
It's like a yogi.
Oh yeah. Once I finish that level, Hat, I'll be levitating.
Like a baba. Like
yeah.
what those guys?
I'll be like a Baba.
You will be like Baba, like Yogi Baba.
Yeah.
Know?
Hat, you won't even be able to see me. I'll transcend the physical plane.
A guru.
Yeah.
A guru of meditation and spirituality.
Oh,
I love it.
People won't be, I'll just transcend the whole physical plane, Hat.
That sounds enlightening, right? Doesn't it?
So there, Hat. I showed. Now I'm going to show you something else, Hat. That you can show.
What else you got there in your bag
Hat, I got all kinds of things, Hat. Let me tell you.
Don't even start with the Yerba Mate.
Oh, Hat.
Don't even start.
Oh, Hat.
Here we go.
Let me show you something, Hat.
You guys are in for a treat.
I want you to describe this.
Our listeners are in for a treat. Because...
Oh, but first tell them. Okay. Wait, where did that go, Hat? First tell them about the horrific incident at Dunkin' Donuts, Hat.
Well, we just, before we got to this park here, we go to Dunkin' Donuts. I wanted to get myself a coffee.
Right.
Joe's on to this,
I don't know
this plane of existence of health and well-being that's, even surpasses mine, I would say.
Oh, yes.
And to be honest, Joe has actually been, an inspiration to me. Because 10 years ago I wasn't this way. I was eating fucking Taco Bell.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I was eating garbage 10 years ago. I would say the last 5 I've been pretty strict with my diet. I did get an apple fritter at Dunkin' Donuts.
That's true, Hat. I was very
disappointed. In front of Joe, and I'm sorry. And that's only because I've been so good and I have my little cheat days nowadays. And I wouldn't eat like a meat sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
But I'll eat some donut, whatever. I had one, whatever.
Oh, I forgive him.
With my coffee.
I forgive. And I think I left the thermos. It must be left in your car, Hat.
I think it's in the car.
The thermos. Thank God. If I don't have that thermos.
I saw you bring it back.
Okay.
Anyway, we're at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm ordering, right?
Yeah.
Joe got this thermos he carries around everywhere because of what we're going to talk about next.
Yes.
And we just asked the lady, listen, can we just have some hot water, fill this up? It must have been 14 ounces, 16 ounces.
Something like that, yeah.
20 ounce maybe, The lady's looking at the other lady, what do I do? They were going to charge me $2.29 for hot water.
That's insane.
So I raised the question because you guys know me. I don't mess around, and
Right.
I don't just take stuff for what it is. I analyze and I question, right? So
Right.
I say, so if I asked for a glass of cold water, you would have charged me too? She actually says yes also.
Which
so
is insane.
You can't even get tap water nowadays, apparently.
At Dunkin' Donuts.
So I said, no, I'm sorry, Joe, just for the principle, I'm not paying
and then I
$2.29.
agreed heartily with that.
Absolutely, because
That's
it's ridiculous. So
That is ridiculous.
anyway, so get into what do you have in your hand there?
Oh,
What is
hat.
that?
Let
What
me
is-
show you. I wish they could see this on. Okay, Hat. The first thing I'm showing them, I'm going to hand it to you, Hat, and you can describe it. It's a gourd.
This is very similar to the one I have. So
But I
I
think-
guess it's not, this is a gourd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them. Should I tell them what a gourd is made out of, Hat?
Tell them.
It's usually okay. Yerba mate is a kind of a tea, and it's almost I would say it's like a kind of a religion in South America, specifically Argentina, Uruguay, parts of Paraguay, parts of Brazil, parts of Peru, even parts of Chile.
Yeah.
And it is you have to have a gourd, especially in Argentina. It's absolutely
A must.
people are fanatics
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
as I am. Now a gourd is a kind of a thing. It's hard to describe. It's you know,
a
a pumpkin
squash.
gourd.
It's a
Yeah,
squash.
squash.
Type of squash.
But it's made out of a calabash over there in
Yes,
Argentina.
yes. And in Espanol, calabaza,
Calabaza,
which is a
sí.
pumpkin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but this one is made out of wood. This particular one,
Yeah.
and it has to be cured.
So what they do is they hollow it out, obviously, take the meat out, the seeds, right?
Yeah.
And then you
dry it.
You sun dry it,
Exactly.
and it becomes like a container of sorts,
Right.
right? And that's where you put your yerba mate
And you have
in,
to
right?
cure it. You have to let it put the yerba mate in.
Yeah.
Well, this was cured already when I got it, but
Yeah.
before you have to put the yerba mate in and let it sit and all this kind of stuff. So along with the now, Hat, explain to them about
What's this other tool
the
you have here?
bombilla.
Well, it's called a bombilla, and pretty much what it is a metallic straw. This, I would say, is stainless steel, but not this part.
No,
See?
this part isn't.
That's
but I
probably
don't.
aluminum.
But I don't use that. It's only
Yeah.
it's only the two that touch.
You're
I
right.
never even touch
You
it.
don't even fill it up all the way, right?
No, you don't.
Well,
you
that's
only,
that's
yeah.
something else that we were talking about. But anyway, this stainless steel straw at the end, it has the type of like a colander type of thing where it's filtering
Right.
out
The dust. The dust.
You don't want to drink or ingest like the stems and the leaves.
Or the dust mainly.
Yeah. So what it is you're kind of filtering out the hot beverage through this bombilla.
Right, you're drinking it
Yeah.
like this. Well, okay, this is the next part. Now my scoop has gotten rusty from
Yeah.
Hawaii,
Yeah,
Hat.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was in Hawaii for a month and
The
it
humidity,
rained.
look at that.
Yes, and it rained was a deluge every day. And it started rusting
Mm-hmm.
my scoop.
Your scooper.
My little scoop. There's a scoop because you have to use 8 to 10 scoops of yerba mate.
And if you guys don't know, yerba mate
Here,
is
here, Hat.
has a caffeine content in between green tea and coffee. So somewhere in between, a little bit more than green tea, a
Yes.
little bit less than coffee.
Right.
But it has all these other health benefits to it.
It has amazing health
It
benefits.
helps with circulation. It helps with your digestion. All
And the
types of
metabolism.
all
It
types
has
of
the
stuff.
highest level of antioxidants.
Correct.
Among everything.
It's actually one of these.
Profiphenol. How do you say it? Profiphenol's?
Yes. Uh-huh.
The
You
highest.
Said it, you said it right. A superfood.
It's a superfood.
It's a superfood.
And then I'm going to tell them what I do to even amplify the superfood, Hat.
What do you do?
Okay, Hat. I'm going to hand these to you.
Don't tell me you got some manuka honey in there.
Oh no, Hat. Okay, first organic cinnamon, Hat.
Organic cinnamon.
Okay, which is
Yeah.
usually from Vietnam. Don't buy the garbage cinnamon at the store, like that
Nice
McCormick
one. This
shit.
is a good one. This
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah.
I can tell. You know why? How do you know? Because most cinnamon, the McCormick, is actually some other plant
Oh,
called
yeah.
cassia,
Yes, exactly.
and it has a very like monotone, like one tone smell to
Exactly.
it. A cinnamon, the real cinnamomum,
Right.
has
exactly.
like it's like multi levels of. It's very nice, very
And
nice.
it's
yes.
usually from Vietnam, believe it or not, Hat.
I usually source mine from Sri Lanka,
Ah,
but
Sri Lanka
still
too.
good, still good.
Then the next thing I put in
Oh,
1
look at that.
teaspoon of pure organic raw honey, Hatch.
Yes, yes. This one is from a
It's local.
blueberry blossoms.
Yes.
I always look at which blossom is getting the honey it's coming from, and this is very nice.
How do you like that, Hatch?
Very nice.
And that's 1 teaspoon. You have to put that in the thermos, Hat.
I'm just reading the label here. Very important that you guys use a raw honey.
Yes.
Because most honeys,
It's just corn syrup.
those honey bears that are so popular,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just corn syrup.
That's garbage.
But even like a real honey, it's been pasteurized, and what that does, it kills any sort of
Exactly.
living enzyme that's in it,
Exactly.
and it's pretty much like a sugary syrup
Yes.
at that point.
This is a whole food.
Yeah.
This honey, this raw honey is a whole food, meaning that it gives you everything you need. This honey.
Absolutely.
It's a whole food.
Yeah.
You put that in the yerba mate with the cinnamon, and then the last thing I'm going to show you, Hat, and a very important thing, and notice where this is from, Hat.
Sicilian lemon.
Exactly. The best lemons are from Sicily, Hat.
Okay.
The best lemons. And those are organic lemons from
Product
Sicily.
of Italy. Yep.
Sicily, I think it says. Does it say Sicily? One part here says Sicily.
Maybe.
Yeah, look.
Sicilian lemons.
There it goes, Hat. Read that. Read that right there for them,
Very
Hat.
nice. With lemon oil from Sicilian lemons in the cap.
Yep. How do you like that, Hat?
I love it.
And,
love it.
and Hat, this is another thing that's rarely known. You
What's
probably
this
don't even
last
know it.
one?
Okay, Hat. First, we have to explain what we're doing, right?
This one I might not even know about.
Okay.
What's this
Well,
about?
this Hat, okay, we're filling up our thermos, right, Hat?
Yeah, yeah.
With hot water, not boiling.
Hot.
Boiling water will destroy the leaves,
Yes,
Hat, remember?
Yes, too hot.
So
Correct.
you have to have
And
it.
that goes for most teas.
Yes.
People don't know that. Like
That's
you're not
true.
supposed to put scalding boiling water.
Exactly.
It's got to be like 180 degrees,
Exactly.
like a little bit lower. Okay.
Exactly, 100. That's what they prefer in
Yeah,
yerba mate,
a little bit
180
lower,
degrees.
yeah.
So now, Hat, this is what the next thing you do. So you're filling up that thermos, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I do 2 thermoses. I
Okay.
I do it once. I drink it, all the water and everything in the and then I fill it up again.
Okay.
This same time using the honey,
Uh-huh.
the raw organic honey, the organic cinnamon, and the organic lemon.
And what's this last one?
Now I'm putting. Remember, I showed you the scoop, Hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting when I do
8
all
to
that,
10 scoops.
8 to 10 scoops between 1/2 and 2/3 filled with yerba mate. Then I'm shaking this. I'm shaking. Now I have the yerba mate in there, and I'm going like this, Hat,
Okay.
because what will happen is when you go like this, all the dust will come out on your palm, Hat. So the
Nice,
dust is coming out. I do it twice because this particular brand, Goyaki, which is the best brand you can buy.
But it's dusty.
It's very well. It has
Yeah,
everything in it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to eco. There's several yerba mate teas on the market. Some are smoked, some are sun dried, some they take all the leaves and stems out.
Okay.
Yerba mate, sun dries it and smoke. I believe they smoke it also, and they smoked, and they have it gives it a much fuller flavor because they leave the stems and the seeds in there.
Got it. Got it.
And so I'm doing this, and you'll see all the
Is
dust
this now
coming out.
question? Is this all part of the ritual in
Part of
in
the ritual.
Argentina?
Yes,
They do this
absolutely.
Because I haven't really witnessed the whole thing.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a must.
Oh, wow.
And then and only then, Hat.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I've done the shaking, right?
Yep. Yep.
So now the next thing I'm doing, you're going like this. You're putting it to the side. You want all of it to go to one side.
Yeah.
Hat, all the yerba mate, right?
Okay.
Then this is pure water, Hat. Pure spring water,
Okay.
and you're soaking the leaves with the pure spring water for 1 minute. You're letting it soak through, Hat. So that you're not letting the leaves aren't being shocked in any way, Hat. They're getting the pure room temperature spring
Oh,
water.
This is before you put in the
Yes.
hot water.
Now, Hat.
Interesting.
Yes, you didn't know this. Now and only then, Hat. So then you have your leaves soaked for a minute. You have it on the side, and then you put your bombilla in there, Hat.
Uh-huh.
You put it under the yerba mate, so you're getting all the yerba mate.
Okay.
And then and only then, Hat, are you putting? You take the thermos.
Your hot
It's
water.
all mixed with the honey. It's all coagulated. The honey. The
Oh,
other,
so you already pre-mixed all that stuff within the thermos.
yes.
Now you're adding the last step.
Right.
to the
Well,
gourd.
now I'm putting, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Now my gourd is ready and my thermos is ready. So now I'm pouring the contents of my thermos into my yerba mate, and then, being the cerbador, which is in Spanish and in Argentina, the cerbador is the person who serves. This is called the drink of friendship. Ideally, you're pouring this in. I take it to see if it's all right. If it's all right, I pass it. I fill it up again because each person has to take one full gourd. I'm passing it. I pass it to the next person. They sip all of it out. Slurping is encouraged,
Yeah.
Slurping, and they pass it back to me. I then fill
Add
up
more water.
I fill up with the water, and then I pass it to the next person.
And you keep doing this. This
This is like a circle.
really.
The circle.
I was not aware of all this part of being part of the ritual.
Oh yeah, this is why it's
I
called the
thought it
ritual.
was more of a personal thing.
Well, because
But
this
it
is
seems like you're swapping spit with a lot of people.
you are. You have to use the same bombilla.
Yeah, but this is obviously
This has been going on for hundreds and hundreds. and hundreds of
pre-COVID
years.
nonsense. This was widely accepted. But
Well, interestingly enough, it's still accepted in all of South
yeah,
America. It's
good.
only the Americans
Sure,
who are deathly Americans. Okay, Hat. I'm gonna offend some people here.
go ahead.
Americans they're so germophobic and so afraid of everything. Hat.
Hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Nobody will share the gourd with me in America.
No.
I have to do
I
this whole
wouldn't.
thing by myself, Hat.
Probably not even like family would even share it.
Yeah, they won't.
I know.
They in fact, my family is horrified by it.
That's because of that's another episode, but the fear mongering that goes on and whatnot.
But this was even before COVID.
Yeah.
People wouldn't do this.
I bet.
So, but in Argentina, it's a regular. Every family does it in the morning.
It seems like a nice ritual. I like it.
and it brings people together.
It does.
You pass around, you talk, you laugh.
You're right. I mean,
We don't have that here in
it
America.
does
Hat.
sound lovely, to be honest. It really, no, I'm being
Okay,
truthful.
Hat.
Like this is very similar to like both of us coming from Italian families, like the old school Sunday
Yes.
night dinners with the whole family
It's
around.
called community.
Yeah,
Hat.
this is.
We don't have that in America.
Not these days. Not these days, especially.
Everybody's homogenized and pasteurized.
Yes, correct.
You know,
yes.
Hat?
That's a good way to put it.
I don't like I don't like it, Hat. I don't like the people are. In one respect, it's good because everything was too prejudiced in a lot of ways. Like you had your neighborhoods. When I grew up in Brooklyn, there were the Italian neighborhoods, there were the Puerto Rican neighborhoods, there were the black neighborhood, there was the Jewish neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you didn't go into each other's neighborhoods for the most part. Now, so that's not part of it anymore.
No, now there's a Starbucks in each one of those neighborhoods.
But what does that say? Is that good or is that bad, Hat? That's my question.
I personally don't like it. I hate Starbucks. But,
I hate Starbucks.
Oh, I hate it with a passion. But I don't know. In the
in the whole scheme of things,
progress they want to say, whatever their excuse would be,
I think it's profit, Hat. Profit.
Exactly. It's another P word. You're right. Profits.
Because
profit over people.
Oh, Hat, let me tell you something. When I was a kid in Brooklyn, when I was growing up, I lived in an all-Italian Sicilian neighborhood. I didn't even eat white bread, Wonder Bread, till we moved to Jersey.
Okay.
What do you think of that, Hat? We went to the store to get fresh Italian bread.
Oh, yeah.
We got pasta from the store. It was fresh. We got fruit. There was people don't know Panera. Panera is actually an Italian and Spanish thing. It means bread store.
Yeah.
A panaria.
Yes.
And that's where we went and got all that stuff. The fruteria, where we had the fruit and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all these places. Now
you go into Walmart and you could buy a TV and you buy your food and buy.
And it's garbage food, in my opinion.
And your underwear, everything in the same spot. Yeah, I know.
I mean, maybe that's progress, Hats, but I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't shop at Walmart either. I can't.
I don't know what the people in the podcast are going to think, Hat.
No, I definitely I'm not going to say that I'm like totally against. I do my fair share of Amazon shopping.
Okay.
But I don't set foot into Walmart.
Okay,
I'll
thank
tell
God,
you that right
Hat.
now.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And Amazon is another one, Hat.
I know. But it is that is very convenient.
It is very
You
convenient.
just click a button and then it comes to my house. I mean,
Yes.
you know, that.
I actually have used it too. I bought my camping equipment.
You even got me with that one. I mean, I'm not even going to argue with that. Amazon is very convenient.
Although, you know what I did with the gourd hat?
What's that?
I went on Amazon to look for the gourd,
Yeah.
but I found what company in Argentina was making it, and I went to them because they were advertising on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I went directly to the company in Argentina
Yeah.
and got it delivered, bypassing Amazon.
Look at
so
that.
Amazon didn't get any profit from that.
I love it.
How do you
Very
like
nice.
that,
That
Hatch?
gets him a dap. I just gave Joe a dap.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're gonna start wrapping up the show.
Okay. Yep,
And
we're gonna
I
work
like
that.
I like the segue because we're talking about Amazon, and Joe here has actually been to the actual Amazon.
That's true, Hatch.
But that's gonna be for another podcast.
And I lived there in the jungle with the indigenous.
Look at that. So that's a little teaser for our next episode. I want to thank Joe for being a special
Thanks, Hatch.
guest today. Awesome stuff as always, and we'll talk later.
Thanks, Hat. Thanks.